Fiji, wing attack.
So the starting seven then for Samoa. Francis Talia. That's the team she's starting with, and Tanimo in the goal shooter position, as you say. Has been putting in some good stuff, been dynamite for her head coach so far.
Fiji, Bolokaro, goalkeeper. She has been flying when she's come on court. A couple of intercepts to her name alongside Nalo at wing defence and Nawa at goal defence. For Sia, who I'm looking forward to seeing in this game at goal shooter.
Samoa coach Francis Solia. The Fiji coach is Vicky Wilson. Let's welcome the encore.
Samoa against Fiji for the 13th, 14th place position here at this Netball World Cup. Hold on to your seats, folks. I know we're building this one up. You know why? Because it was a cracker in match 4. First centre pass coming up.
From Parathon High School, the under-16 school netball national champions. Liverpool, let's count them down. Samoa, Fiji.
Who's going to finish 13th? Who's going to finish 14th in this Netball World Cup? Samoa taking on Fiji.
Yeah, clash of the Pacific Islanders. They would have had the opportunity to play each other quite a few times, but the first blood is Fiji as they get this turnover.
Every quarter was close, as you would expect from a goal with just one match in it on day 4. And as Pamela Cookie said, first blood, well, it's gone the way of Fiji, with their goal shooter, Vasia, getting on the board early doors.
That can't take an offside wing.
Nice, another great shot from her. 2 from 2 to start off this quarter. Good positioning, and she's shouting already to her teammates, and they get the turnover off the Samoan centre pass.
That can't take
So no messing around by Fiji, flying out the blocks here in this match. Nice rattle of the post.
Lovely pass into that circle. She's got a good hold on her, and she's also confident to come towards the ball.
Bad distraction, shooter.
Interesting that coach Vicky Wilson, the head coach of Fiji, started with Vasia in this goal shooter position. She used 2 shooters all game against Samoa in that loss, and Vasia wasn't one of them, but she's starting here today for the Fiji side as Samoa get themselves on the board. And again, Pamela Cookie, like we've just had with the Sri Lanka-Singapore match, these 2 sides have played each other before, so now they know a lot more about each other and therefore can play netball smarts with the tactics that they use.
Yeah, indeed. Being so close in terms of geography, they do have that opportunity to get time, but then also playing them in this competition, you can see how different combinations match up against different partnerships.
And quick play on the ball.
Oh, she just couldn't pull that one in, dribbled it down under the post. But yeah, and it'll be the team that has taken the most learnings from that last game and have done their homework that will win this game.
Set. Guys, offside. Contact.
Contact called. Angela Armstrong-Lush from New Zealand.
Contact.
And Jode Leonani of Singapore
Outside.
taking charge of this one. And it started as fast and as furious as we expected.
Distraction.
Samoa won the first quarter
Distraction by
when they
players.
played a few days ago, but it was close, 18-16.
Bad distraction in defence.
So Fiji with a 2-goal lead. Nice little setup, but a miss.
Lovely check on that shot there from Bolokaro.
Oh, good defensive work.
Really
By
good.
this.
Offside the attack.
Well done, Fiji.
Bars of scratching goal shooter. Distraction keeper.
Vasia keeping a 100% record, 3.3. Lovely height on that shot.
Her mother was the former Fiji captain and played in 3 World Cups herself. Silavosea's mother.
Out of court.
Vashtai Setoata.
Unlucky there, advantage contact being called, but then she stepped out of court. You've got to play to the umpire.
So going wide, Fiji not getting into the hands on this occasion of a Fiji shooter.
Risky pass there, going over all the players. And same down the other end. Just not nailing these passes into the circle. And those last 2 opportunities.
Contact centre.
Gallo, long defence for Fiji. Again, good defence both ends in this first quarter, Pamela.
Keeper obstruction.
Lovely shot. Really nice work there from Raluni, their captain. Confident straight off the mark. 2 from 2 for her.
Obstruction centre. Step forward.
And the 2 wins that Fiji have had in the last game on Wednesday against Sri Lanka. Raluni popped in at 78%, so settling the last match. Any nerves they have in either of the sides now, of course, are on day 8, the last match for both of these teams. But Raluni getting on the scoreboard, but instantaneously, Samoa picking up and taking it back down the other end. They're 4 down already in this first quarter, the Samoans.
And again, this is just a bit of ping-pong netball at the moment.
Defense.
Intercept, and then unable to convert.
Where you are?
So, Fiji 6-2 up. Anyone would think that they were frustrated and annoyed by a 1-goal loss against this team just a few days ago. They're flying now in this first quarter.
Yeah, and lovely hands and play there from Raluni.
Contact.
Just to get herself into a better position for the shot. And again, 4 from 4. Both shooters. For Thea and Raluni.
Contact centre.
100%.
Obstruction with defence.
Oh, nice in by Williams in the centre position for Samoa.
Fiji.
Yeah, Tanimo, the goal shooter, who's had a good World Cup here. Pops one in to bring it back. 5 down now, Samoa.
Contact keeper.
Oh, what a take. Sandwich between
Keeper.
2 defenders.
Keeper beside
And that's the difference when we saw from the Sri Lanka game earlier in the Singapore game. That pressure you have in that circle, that body on body, more to the front now. Fabulous shooting stats, as we see, for Thea and Raluni, both on 100%.
Yep. Yeah. Barge offside when you fence.
Yeah, so far, so good for the Fijian side.
Fiji.
Looking to end with a 3rd win in the World Cup. Samoa looking to end with a 4th win.
Contact goalkeeper.
Lovely ball there. Just playing Raluni into the circle. And she finishes off with a shot. And that's what's key. It's not those direct passes. It's playing your partner into the circle so she can take the ball and carry and just get a little bit closer to that post.
Barge obstruction when defence. Barge obstruction goalkeeper. Barge offside centre. Offside, yep. Just there. Contact centre. Just there, yes.
Nice take.
Fiji.
So a ripple of applause around the M&S Bank Arena. Salanoa now on in that goal attack position. Changing up early doors, Coach Francis Salea for Samoa in the shooting attack.
With
Yeah,
the
I
keeper.
think There are 5 goals on the board, so maybe thinking, let's just change it up so we can get a little bit more opportunities in that shooting end to counter out this massive start from Fiji.
Near the goal post. Set.
So,
Short pass.
backline Fiji.
On court.
And a frustration
Footwork.
from Salanoa now in that goal
Outside.
attack position, but footwork called.
She tried to use the post, very clever move, I love that one. One of her
Shot
specialities
back
back in the day, but it was just too short, deemed to be. Look at here, she just uses the post, lets it bounce. Oh, I think that was harsh from the umpire.
Contact, wing attack.
All of a sudden, we're coming up to just about 5 minutes remaining of this first quarter. It's absolutely flown by here between Samoa and Fiji.
Yes.
This is for the 13th, 14th position
Contact, wing defense.
match.
Yep.
So both teams will drop down in terms of what they achieved 4 years ago in Sydney. Samoa were 10th, Fiji were 11th.
Fiji.
Lovely work here again from the Fiji defence. Nawai and Bolakaro working nicely in partnership, but they can't just bring this ball out through their end third.
Bars your side.
Nice high ball over the top, picked up by Fiji. And down court they go with speed.
Such speed,
Out of court.
but unable to control it at the end. And that's a sign of key team. You just want to go bang, 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 pause, bang, bang again.
Contact.
Yeah, not controlled by Vosia, the goal shooter for Fiji on that occasion. But a team have a 6-goal lead, 4.5 minutes remaining.
Bars of stretching centre.
Once again, Brooke Williams in the centre position for Samoa, trying to feed it through the Fiji defence.
Instruction goalkeeper.
Great, and better
Bars go.
positioning there from the shooters.
Fiji.
Tanimo getting in
That is
front
contact, goal
of the defender.
defence.
Oh, lovely driving ball. Oh, but
That
what
is
a
contact, wing
take.
attack.
Misa there at goalkeeper. Good timing going straight up. But I think that ball could have been placed into that
Bars of
backspace
instruction, wing defense.
more so.
Going.
Look at this here. That just needed to go a little bit higher. Bothia coming off the hole too early, allowing Misa to come back into that space.
Contact, goal defense. Holding. Yep. Yeah.
So everybody in position. Tanamo included in the goal shooter position and puts another one in to pull one back. Gosh,
That is
just over
breaking
3
goal
minutes
attack.
remaining until this first 15 minutes concludes. Fiji head coach Pamela Cookie, Vicky Wilson must be delighted with the start
Bars of stretching
that her
goal
side
attack.
has made here.
Bars of stretching
Yes,
centre.
definitely she will be.
Contact goalkeeper, sorry.
But it's whether now they can keep up this intensity.
Yeah.
7
that's
games
it.
in now.
7 games in indeed. And we're seeing with a lot of these
Fiji.
lower ranked matches in terms of positions, fatigue setting in for a lot of the sides, and it will come down to potentially who wants it more.
Footwork.
Yeah. They played 6 games on the bounce without a break. I had a rest day yesterday, but all that would have been taking its toll.
Samoa starting to wake up a little bit here. Now just a 3-goal
Bars your
deficit.
side, contact.
Cut it right back from where it was. Tanimo again.
Contact, goal shooter.
Missing that one. They needed that one just to drop for them, but footwork called.
No, from there.
Bolakawa thinking that a contact had been called and took a step to set the penalty, but play had already commenced.
Another one goes in. She's in good form in that win against Singapore. She shot 45 out of 48, Tanimo. Shot at 95% in the win against Sri Lanka.
Bars, contact, goalkeeper. Contact. Leg, just there.
Better positioning from her now, Tanimo. Just getting her feet and her body in front of the
Fiji.
defenders that they can't come round.
So Fiji centre pass. Samoa have pulled this back to 1.
Oh, unlucky there. And lovely quick play from Torabo. just to get that one in.
And Bosia glances up at the clock and the screens
Instruction with
above the
defense,
court
stepping
here
in.
at the M&S Bank Arena, just having a little time check and being time aware.
All time with defense, there's persistence. Let's push it.
The wing defence for Fiji. Gallo being told in this first quarter to behave yourself.
Yeah.
Barge offside. Instruction goal defense. And contact, yep.
Tanimel will go again
Instruction.
to pull it
Barge
back to
goal.
one. That one will count, the
Fiji.
goalkeeper for Fiji. Balakoro trying her best to disrupt the Samoan shooting star.
And
Incorrect
Samoa
throw
on the...
play to return throw in Fiji.
Oh, so this was a critical one there, Samoa. You have to wait for all players to be back on court before you
Instruction.
take that back line. She didn't wait for Solo Gibb to get back on, hence the back line was turned over. Silly error there for Samoa.
Contact, goal defense.
Indeed, because it now gives Fiji a 2-goal advantage when they had a chance of taking it back down court to draw level after the first 15 minutes. So the final few seconds of the first quarter. And the hooter goes. Fiji are leading Samoa by 13 goals to 11. They've started with fire in their belly after that 1-goal loss, and Fiji have the lead.
This one far from over to decide 13th and 14th place.
So Fiji 13, Samoa 11. What would Pamela Cookie,
Advantage
head
breaking
coach
with attack.
Francis Salia of Samoa, and Vicky Wilson there, who we saw in our shot from Fiji, be saying after the first 15 minutes?
So pretty even after that first 15, as we can tell from the score. The turnovers, they're getting a lot of defensive pressure again from both teams, but it's that conversion. For Samoa, it's getting in front of this
Offside
defensive
centre.
team.
Contact
Fiji
centre.
defence like an
Fans
aerial
contact
ball.
wing defence.
Bolokoro is going for those high aerials, but when Solia can get that front position, she, as we see there, but it lands for Solia,
Contact
it's a
goal
lot
defence,
easier
step
to
up.
get that ball into the shooting end.
That's it. Instruction both players. Keep it beside.
Nice start to the quarter to pull one back for Samoa, and it's their centre pass.
Instruction goal defence.
So this to draw it level. There we go, we're back now at 13 apiece. This is familiar territory between these two sides at this Netball World Cup. You know, these close score lines, goal for goal. There's Vicky Wilson, the head coach of Fiji. She's the assistant coach of New Zealand 4 years ago when they picked up that medal at the World Cup. And a very good player herself in her day, of course. Pamela Cookie, 4 World Cups, the former Aussie Diamond.
Yeah, Hall of Famer as well. Played in that
Quick break
shooting
the ball.
end. Had a few coaching sessions with her
Back by the line.
when we were over in Australia.
So what does she like then, Pamela? First-hand
Contact goal
experience of
attack,
working with
to the
Vicky
third.
Wilson, the Fiji head coach. What's her kind of ethic? What's her thinking?
Well, she's really on it, as in she knows. Oh, lovely take there around the edge of the
Talking
circle.
of being on it.
Offside, we can take.
But these are these critical errors that both teams are making. Offside call just there. We saw a footwork earlier. Those are the things players want to cut out of their game because it's something that's in their control.
Yeah.
It's not forced by the opposition.
I'm saying Vicky Wilson is on it, shouting direction from the Fiji bench with 13 goals apiece after they had the lead in that first quarter by 2.
We could hear her shouting balance, and that's as they bring the ball down the court, and that's making sure you've got enough width, you've got enough depth. There's someone coming towards the ball as well as going away, multiple options. That's
Keeper
how you
contact.
balance the court.
Where you are, with her keeper. Instruction both players, goal take your bib. Hold time, please. Bib.
Oh, we got a bib issue.
Velcro not sticking, it seems, or fallen off.
Well, we've got a bit of dodgy Velcro in this World Cup. We had a flat ball early in the competition.
We
Had a
did.
few wobbling posts, but we're good, because this is world-class netball, and these things happen, and that sometimes happens as well. Not very often, to be honest. Vasia a little bit frustrated with herself. Was that her mistake, or was the ball not good?
Ball dropped a little bit short because Misa was able to get a hand on it, so it just tipped, and then Thea couldn't pull it in as it came off Misa's hand. That 5 deflections from Fiji, 2 from Samoa, so they're getting plenty of turnover ball. Well, disrupting the gameplay. Good from Samoa. Oh, lovely hands in the back. You see, that's that aerial play again from Fiji that they do so well. But then attacking and just struggling a little bit to find options. But good backup on the line, just made sure that they were able to keep hold of the ball. For Thea, her first miss.
And when it's 14 apiece, you don't want 3 turnovers back-to-back as Williams in the centre position for Samoa. Throws it out of play, back in with Fiji then. Yeah. This is more like it in this second quarter. This is what we expected, Pamela Cookie. Dead level in terms of score.
Contact.
Nearly 5 minutes played though, and only 1 on the board for Fiji and 3 for Samoa. And that footwork called again, and this is why the scoreline's so low, because lots of errors are being made in through-court play.
Yeah, you mentioned that when we had the little gap between the first and the second quarter. We were talking, you were pointing out in terms of those statistics of errors that are being made.
Yeah, so we've got 17 for Fiji in terms of general play turnovers, 16 for Samoa, so both teams again similar.
Can't take out defence.
A little bit far for Tanimo in that goal shooter position.
With the goal tech, step up.
A little bit closer. Salanoa in that goal attack bid pops another one in. 100% so far for her.
And that was the nice tip from Misa, a goalkeeper. And again, that turnover we see from Fiji. So it's all those little bits that occur in the game that disrupt it and keep that scoreline down.
Offside wing defence.
Good to have these replays to see back.
Yeah.
Inside.
The game is so quick, isn't it, that sometimes you can miss it.
That is obstruction.
Samoa now have the lead by 1 goal
That
under
is
10 minutes
contact wing
remaining until half-time.
Yeah, they've really come out in this second quarter. This makes it 5-1 in this quarter. Nice reach, and that was because they used the screen. So Salano helped her out. It wasn't just one-on-one in that circle. Fiji just losing their heads a bit now. Another turnover, held ball. 3 seconds is all you're allowed with the ball in hand before you have to pass it off to a teammate.
Contact wing defence. Contact goal defence.
Confirmation of those changes in the wing attack position and the goal shooter position now for Fiji.
Hold time, Samoa.
Pana Passaron, who's been putting some good stats in the loss against Fiji in that game on Monday. She shot at 95%, Pana Passa. She just missed 2 of her shots. A change has happened.
Bad obstruction centre. Contact goal defence. Where you are with the goal attack.
Lovely strong take there from Salano. She continues 100% shooting.
Brooke Williams getting confirmation from the umpire. Once again, changes being made in the shooting end.
So Tayo on it, goal attack. Salano comes back to goal shooter. Lovely rebound, but oh, just coming and causing a contact.
Bad obstruction, Wing.
The swing that's happened in this
Bad
match,
contact
with
centre.
Samoa now
Play on.
dominating
Out of
this
court.
second quarter and leading by 4 after being a couple
Full time,
down.
goal keep, Fiji.
So Fiji goalkeeper change, that was nice and clear. We understand that one. Balakoro will leave the court for now.
Bad contact, goal
Kahato
shooter.
comes onto court.
Bad obstruction, centre. Contact keeper.
Gosh, she shoved her about 2 feet then.
Possession, goal
Goalkeeper for
shooter.
Fiji.
Adding a little pressure into that circle end. Kahatoka.
Obstruction, wing defence. Outside, play on, advantage offside.
Good quick play.
Obstruction keeper.
Samoa have really come out in this quarter now, starting to extend that lead, 9 goals to 1. Fiji now need to respond if they want to stay in this. And that is a lovely centre pass.
Contact, wing attack. Contact centre. Contact, goal shooter.
Good defence
Contact, wing
there.
attack.
The Fiji centre there, we just see Fisher. Lovely play as she just got on the edge of the circle edge after her centre pass. She took the third face. She's running hard in that middle.
The 19-year-old on her World Cup debut.
Out
And
of
just 3
court.
caps before she arrived here, Fisher, for Fiji at the Netball World Cup.
Yeah, Fiji
Goal
statistically
third.
the youngest
That's
team
up.
in this competition.
Advantage causing, wing attack.
So gaining a lot of experience from all these players.
Advantage causing,
Average
goal
age.
attack.
22. Youngest player, 17.
That's the youth, that's the future for Fiji, but all they're concentrating
That is
on
contact
is their
with
final
attack.
match here at this Netball World
That
Cup and
instruction.
pulling back Samoa,
Advantage
who have
offside,
fought
goal
back
attack.
from being down after the first quarter. It's a loud bench for Samoa here today, wanting to end
Advantage contact
on a
centre.
high.
Nice take. And that was a nice high ball there from Solano again, continuing that 100% shooting. Lovely intercept. Just ball dropping too low. And again, another turnover for Samoa. Fiji really struggling in this second quarter.
Well, they are, because Samoa have hit double figures, leading the second quarter 10 goals to 2.
Contact.
What's changed, Pamela? What has anything tactically changed, or is the fact it's just that Samoa have potentially now woken up a little bit more?
Yeah, could be that. They seem to have come out of that second quarter after the break with a little bit more grit. They're attacking this game more. We've had a few positional changes, which has changed up the game a little bit.
Contact.
I think also Fiji causing a lot more turnovers, giving away the ball a little bit more in the second. But again, this turnover ball, they're not playing Fiji as they were in that first quarter in terms of getting that ball down to the circle edge and playing into those shooters. We see
Bad
Vosia
obstruction, goal
has
attack.
come off the court now, so that front ball isn't going in.
Obstruction, wing defence.
But I think you're right, Samoa have woken up a
Contact,
little
goal
bit.
defence.
A couple of times now, the goal shooter for Fiji, Panapasa, has not got the ball on the last 2 passages
Contact,
of
keeper
play
lead.
where they've tried to score. So she's getting a bit frustrated,
Go
the
around,
shooter
ladies.
for Fiji.
With the goal attack.
Samoa defence. And now at the other end, the Samoa attack.
Retake it, keeper,
Will be
moving too
retaken.
soon. She hadn't released the ball yet.
Yeah, so as the umpire just said, you have to wait for the ball to leave the hands of the shooter and then you
Contact,
can
goal
move
defence.
if you're out on a penalty.
So Salanoa at 100% so far, the whole attack.
And that ball definitely needed not to go in at that point.
Yep, there you go. There's confirmation of the attacking lineup of 100% at the moment. Now she gets one.
Better feed.
Yep. A better feed results in a goal. 23-16. 2.5 minutes remaining until half-time.
Offside wing defence.
See treatment going on the Fiji bench. Day 8, the relentless schedule.
And you have to remember, these teams wouldn't be used to
Bad
playing these
contact,
back-to-back
offside.
nature. They played 6 games in a row.
Contact.
60 minutes of hardcore netball. Had one day off yesterday, and now they're back on it again. You don't get that in many other sports. Sloppy hands there from Panapasa.
Yeah, she's getting frustrated when she's not getting the ball. And she's got to actually do the job when there is an opportunity for her to take it, because her side need her to step up now with this lead that Samoa have developed in this second quarter. Just a little bit
Centre you're holding.
too far away there in terms of position.
Held.
Toa.
Outside. Bad instruction.
Bolakaro has come back on again now for Fiji onto goal defence. So see if she can inject some pace into that centre third coming out of defence for Fiji.
Bad instruction.
Having to be involved on this attack. And pass straight to Samoa.
They're coming into half-time and they're chasing this one, Fiji. After the fast start, they're going to be chasing the whole game.
Wing. Bad offside wing
Unless
attack.
they can correct some errors
Contact, you've got her arm.
and pull the
Come
deficit
forward.
back that Samoa now have.
Swoosh shot. And when Samoa are shooting at 100% with this 2 combination, look at that take here from Brooke Williams in that centre. The ball just passed to her, but that was because of the position she was in and the work all her other teammates were doing to shut down every other option.
So shoot, say the crowd, with just a few seconds remaining. She will. When she's allowed, she'll step forward. And it's a miss at the end of the second quarter as we go into half-time. And Samoa have turned this one right round. After being down after the first quarter, they lead 25-16.
Well, don't worry, we're going to have a Vitality Shooting Challenge coming up very soon. All important third quarter underway.
Third quarter, Samoa against Fiji, playing for the 13th and 14th position in the 2019 Vitality Netball World Cup. Both teams would have dropped down from where they were 4 years ago. All that matters at the moment is finishing their 2019 campaign with a win. It will be the 4th for Samoa and the 3rd for Fiji.
Contact. Over there, yep.
Yeah, both teams, as I say, wanting to end this tournament on a high. And win this. They had a mini group, the bottom 4. So the winner of this will win that mini tournament.
The prelim stage 1, which seems so long ago, was excitingly so long ago. It was 4 teams, and the bottom team in each of those 4 went into this Pool E group. Hence, these 2 teams have played each other before, just like Sri Lanka and Singapore had earlier. So we know who's finishing 15th and 16th in this year's World Cup. That's Sri Lanka and Singapore. We need to decide who's coming 13th and 14th. And Samoa, as you see the changes on screen for Fiji, lots of arrows there. Pamela Cookie, Vicky Wilson, the head coach, changing up.
Yeah, big changes were needed. They lost that quarter 14-3. That is huge. So, yes, not surprised Vicky Wilson completely changing it up to see what other personnel can come out and do a job.
And she is 3 World Cup golds, 91, 95 and 1999. 3-time World Cup winner, making a lot of changes for her team in this third quarter.
Yep. Yes.
But Samoa, with a 10-goal advantage, will be a lot more comfortable than they were in this matchup a few days ago. That 1-goal thriller that we had then. And there's plenty of time to get back to something like that in this match, Pamela.
Yeah, we're really just starting this halfway line. 10 goals, well, 11 goals now once that one goes on the board. It was close, that first one, 11-13, but that second one really killed Fiji. 14-3, as I said, and now Samoa have started strong again off the break, leading 3-1.
Goalkeeper obstruction. Vantage goal.
Great shot there. Raluni, captain, she's going to need to put out a performance now. She needs to step up. We know she can shoot, she's accurate under the post, so create more opportunities for herself and her team.
It's the 8th Netball World Cup meeting between these two sides. Sri Lanka has won 4 of the previous meetings. Singapore has won 3.
Obstruction. Contact. Goal defense.
I'll get myself on the right match in a minute. Pamela Cook is looking at me like, Kath, that match is finished, and you're totally right. Excuse me, they played 4 times, they've won twice each, and it's now 3-2 Samoa after that victory a few days ago. It's day 8, Pamela, bear with me.
It's been back-to-back, hasn't it, for these 8 days of netball. So many teams have taken to the court. Lovely intercept there in the middle.
Guide obstruction, wing defence.
Fiji's Fisher going from centre to wing attack, but they can't make it count in the shooting end. Panapasa has come on, she shot 3 from 4, but not getting those opportunities.
They're pushing here, they're pressing Fiji.
Better. Just working that ball in, but it was close to that 3 seconds just before when Waluni had the ball.
Vantage breaking, wing goal attack.
As we see this replay. Sorry of Samoa coming down live off the centre pass. And a fabulous shot of how Fiji defend.
Contact with defence.
That was a heavy fall. All the players understandably.
Time.
Time being called. Samoa leading by 10 then.
Yeah, never good to see anyone take a knock and hit the floor.
So that's potentially
Primary caregiver. Do you
Aaron
need extra
Beck, the
time? 'Cause
primary
she's
care.
gonna come off.
You guys need to make a change.
Okay, moving into
the
umpire's time
Samoan
now.
team.
It's extended.
So they've extended the
go for it,
time.
go for it.
Normally you have to get off the court in 30 seconds after an injury, but if it's deemed serious enough, the umpire will call additional extended umpire time. And wise, just to make sure that it's not a head injury or anything too serious.
Samoa wing attack. Can you just do your back bib up while we're in this break, thanks?
nice round of applause.
Cal?
It's not nice.
No, but it's great to see her stand up for Party there and
Ladies, just
walk
wait,
off
just
this
wait,
court.
Guys, just wait till we get her off. Oh, now you can, go in.
It's tough out there. Great applause from the crowd as she walks off. She's been crucial in terms of turning this round for Samoa on their attacking end. They've been more clinical.
Thanks, ladies.
So, had a few issues throughout this competition. Little party in one
Contact keeper.
shape or form, but it's good to see her
Throw in.
off the court, sitting upright in one of the team
Hold
benches and watching on now as the game is resumed and enforces a change, therefore, for Francis Soler and her side.
Oh, ball. Panapasa, you just wanted her at goal shooter just to come up and hold on the defence so that that ball could have quickly gone into the circle. But ball quickly down the other end.
Samoa!
So Sapulu comes in at wing defence for Samoa
Contact, no defense.
to change it up and see if they can win a little bit more ball and add depth.
Contact, wing defense. Over here. All time, come towards me. Towards me. Come towards me. Yep, some more, some more, some more, some more. Yes.
Under 10 minutes remaining then, it's a 10-goal lead
Bars obstruction
for
centre.
Samoa over Fiji. Ah, good defensive work by the Fijians. Now they've got to take it back down, make it count. With the 10-goal disadvantage that they have, but footwork's called.
And that's it. Kato at goalkeeper and Nawai at goal defence have really been getting turnover for this Fijian side.
Contact goal defence.
Great play in the centre
Goal
there
defence
from
in a third.
Fisher at wing attack, just to win that ball back again for them. But footwork's not ideal.
Footwork. No goal.
And again, under the post. Those are the ones you need to make count.
Goalkeeper. Just beside. Whole time. You gotta give her space. Yeah. Beside the goalkeeper. Yep. Yep. Bars obstruction when you fit. Obstruction. Outside the circle. Yep.
We'll get there.
Bars contact. Obstruction centre.
Good shot. Toro there, just keeping that pressure on. 6 from 8 now, 75%.
We can take obstruction, play on.
Boom.
Take it.
Take it till you told you can't.
That's great work there from Fiji, just to quickly release it onto the post. The Samoan defenders were up high.
Bars contact. Whole time. When defense, there's obstruction. That's persistent, and this is a caution. Yep. Bars contact centre.
Caution given there for persistent contact on the edge of the circle. Fiji's contact calls are pretty high in this game. The penalties that they've given away.
Fiji.
When that happens around the circle, it just allows the opposition just to set themselves up and take a little breath.
That is breaking goal defence. Wing defence.
32-21, coming up to 7
offside.
minutes remaining of the third quarter. Changes have been made by both coaches, some enforced.
Obstruction, hands before.
Step forward. And Panapasa will pop. Another one in for her side. Shot 5 from 6 when she was needed in that win against Sri Lanka.
Defense, there's an
Taking her
obstruction.
opportunity, not missed many when she's been on court.
Contact centre.
And Samoa using that edge of the circle well. Great shot. Toro again,
Fiji.
starting to put some more shots on the board
Bars right.
and sinking them.
Contact goalkeeper.
I saw what she was trying to do there. She read that cross-court ball, but Fisher's so strong on the take. Nice from Raluni. As we see here, that little pop from Panapasa. Cheeky one to her teammate.
Guys, instruction center.
10 is the difference at the moment, but make that 11 in the advantage of Samoa.
Barge break, we attack.
Wing defense obstruction. Come forward, wing attack.
Turn for Fiji. Another one rolled in. So the 10-goal difference. There's Francis Salea. The head coach is a player. Played in New Zealand. She captained Samoa, of course. The Wellington-born one in New Zealand, the head coach. She said, Pamela, it was just an opportunity she couldn't turn down to take the head coach role of her country and lead Samoa.
Yeah, really lovely to hear. And yes, to be able to coach your national side, such an amazing honour. And yeah, why would you turn that down when asked?
And she's a busy woman as well, real entrepreneur. Francis Salea runs her own netball academy down in New Zealand. She's got it all going on. And at the moment, she's watching her side keep a comfortable advantage over Fiji. Looking to finish 13th in this Netball World Cup.
Fiji.
Senior contact.
Yeah, Samoa were building that pressure up there, but the contact call just releases
Obstruction
it.
shortening. You're jumping in. Spanish goal moving off keeper.
Raluni there. Gets another one on the board to her name. Oh, lovely play. Oh, but a throwing call, not a contact call. Surprising there, but Fiji rock on.
Snatch, a take. A good snatch by Panapasa.
Yeah. Look at that, just getting in the back.
Stretching goal attack. Takes a step back. Yep.
Contact goal defense, centre third. Spanish contact, centre.
So 3 minutes remaining of the third quarter, 36-28. Lowest number of goals Fiji's put up in this competition was 29 and an 85-29 loss against Jamaica. Put 56 up a couple of times against Trinidad and Tobago and against Singapore. It's just about getting the 13th place finish at the Netball World Cup. And they are fighting the Fijians.
Two on the bounce there, lovely feeds in. Good space from Panapasa. Just to try and bring this one. They lead this quarter against Samoa. 15, 14 to 11, and they have the sideline.
A little bit of belief maybe from the Fiji side after that blazing first quarter, which they won, one in the face, but play goes on.
Great play.
Contact goal defense.
Nice feed in, even with two defenders on her. Panapasa has stepped up now in this quarter, offering herself more as an option. I think Raluni also as captain, we're seeing more from her. And that's what's lifting this Fiji team.
On the ball now in the centre, Savutla in the centre position for Fiji.
I'm not sure who she was passing to there. Naloa wing defense.
Yep.
That's, we talk about in
Touch and
netball
go,
the
shooter.
flow of the game and the momentum. They just scored 2 on the bounce. It was their centre pass. If they had scored that one, that was 3 on the bounce, would have clawed their way further in this, and it just helps psychologically. But when you throw that pass and it turns for the opposition, heads do drop a little bit.
Throw it, Samoa. Yep.
Kahatakoa
Nice contact, centre.
trying to keep Fiji in this.
Contact, goal defense. Contact on the ball. Both out. Take it.
Kahatoka there, just trying to get a tip on it.
All time.
A little bit of moisture on the court.
Just floor getting really slippery from the amount of sweat that's coming off these players. This is intense netball.
Chance for Samoa to pull away by 7. Walking around the edge of the shooting, did a little bit of a fumble, but a take. But no, Fiji have got to run with this one. 25 seconds to bring it back to just 5, the difference before the 4th quarter.
Quick play.
Quick play.
Held.
Time awareness needed, but a held ball. You see the roll of the eyes from Fisher there in the wing attack position for Fiji.
And that's game sense there, and it's what happened in that last game where they just missed out on that final goal, but you know you've only got 10 seconds on the clock. Every single one of those attackers should have been offering for that ball, but no one came to it, and hence held for 3 seconds.
On the ball.
Conversations are being had because they're still on. Here we go again.
Touch and go defense.
And this time, quite rightly, she had to retake the shot. The right decision. And Samoa now have the lead over Fiji. With just 15 minutes to go. 38-31. Fiji just 7 behind. With 1 quarter left to try and pull it back.
Brilliant last 15 minutes in this 13-14 placings match here in Liverpool.
So the final quarter between Samoa and Fiji to determine who finishes 13th and 14th in this year's Netball World Cup. And straight away,
That is contact.
Samoa come out determined to hold on to that 7-goal lead that they have in this match and finish in the 13th position.
Yeah, Samoa showing the most fight, I think, in this. Straight off the Fijian centre pass, coming up with that intercept. They're loving it on the bench. Keep pushing.
Nice take. And the centre for Samoa, Brooke Williams, but back into the hands of Fiji, looking for their 3rd win to end this World Cup. Samoa their 4th.
Turnover again.
Contact with attack. Contact wing defense. Carry on. Contact keeper.
Under the post. So mid-court, bounce pass across, changes by Samoa. The party back on in that wing defence position, which is good to see after the fall she had in the 3rd quarter. There's confirmation of those on court now for Fiji.
Maluva's coming in at wing defence.
Samoa.
So that type 1 goal match they had earlier in the competition on Monday when Samoa won 54, sorry, excuse me, Samoa won 55-54. It was 45-37 at the end of the 3rd quarter on that occasion
Contact goal shooter.
to Samoa.
Contact defense.
Oh, what a take there. This defensive duo in that circle from Samoa, Misa and Solia Gibb, just getting the better of Panapasa.
Hold time. Wing attack. Wing attack. That's intentionally dangerous play. That's a warning.
Nafolita getting that warning for intentional dangerous play. Look at this from Fiji, and I think this is a game definitely of the defense. They've both got some great turnovers and made it really frustrating for the shooting ends. Hence why we see this scoreline so low. Oh no, she's got to get up quick. A held ball there, just too quick for themselves.
Contact goal defence. Don't centre contact, advantage offside.
So just 6
Outside.
behind Fiji with potentially a nice chunk of time. If they're going to make a charge, they've got to do it now here in Liverpool in the final match for both of them. 40-34 is the score.
Yeah, they had the chance to bring it back down to 5 in that closing stages of the last quarter. Couldn't quite convert.
When they had that 1-goal win, they won every quarter, Samoa, apart from the third, which they lost. And that's what let Fiji get back into the match.
Yep, and they lost. This third quarter just gone now 15-13.
Yes.
So Samoa working it round.
Contact goal attack.
5-goal advantage.
Contact
Fiji have
with
pulled
defence.
back 2. There were 7 down at the start of this fourth quarter.
Ooh, that was lucky there. She kept it in control. Tao.
That is contact, wing attack.
Just beside. Yeah.
Bad obstruction, wing.
Samoa being forced back into the centre third.
Joanne, go centre third. Hold time.
Sabatia there at centre, just getting a hand on the ball to push it off the sideline. Nice play again, this Fijian defensive end. Can they convert it for them? But this is where they get stuck. Ooh. That was a big hit.
Hold time. No defense. No defense. That was dangerous play. Yeah, so that's important. Yeah.
Yeah, Solia Gibb, the goal defence for Samoa, and called for dangerous play and a goal attack for Fiji. But Ailuni just trying to run off the hard hit that she's taken. You can see her still limping around.
Yeah, sensible from her after that, just to lay it off into her shooting partner, Panapasa. But as we see here, both teams, oh, when you just seeing her ankle roll as she landed there, and I think that's what got her. Solia Gibb getting the caution.
Bad breaking wing attack. Bad obstruction, goal attack.
Bad obstruction, goal attack.
So Fiji on the attack, coming up to 9 minutes of this match remaining, 41-36.
Bad obstruction in defense.
A huge presence that the Solia family has in the Samoa side. Coach Francis Solia.
Samoa.
Sister to...
Well, she's known as Jenny, isn't she? Jenny Solia Gibb.
Contact with defence, advantage
In that
offside.
goal defence position.
No, it's outside.
Oh, nice turn, we'll eye it up. Rolls it in.
that kind of shot as a shooter, your heart just goes into your mouth for a second as you pray for it to drop through the net.
52-37, offside called.
Yep. Bad obstruction, wing attack.
Another error as it goes down. Fiji have got time to claw this
Hold
back.
time, Samoa centre. Fiji centre, no. Just wait,
Just like to see them just be a little bit more clinical with their possession, have more options coming towards the ball.
Bad distraction, shooter.
Francis Salia off a seat. Salia giving directions to the player that she's just taken off. Maybe she may be reintroduced on the back of his shot. In the meantime, the action goes on as the head coach is having words with others. 42-37, 7.5 minutes remaining, still at 5.
Bad obstruction, centre. Contact, wing defence.
There she is, back in a seat.
Bad contact,
After
centre.
having a word, I think it was with Brooke Williams. His confirmation then, yeah, on in the centre position. So Williams has gone off. A couple of changes. Lua Manu
Hold time,
now
centre.
on court.
Your back bib, please.
The youngest in the Netball World Cup. She's probably about 6 weeks younger than Scotland's Emma Barry. They're very close in age, but they're both 17.
Yeah, I think that's great that you can give these young up-and-coming players an opportunity to play on this world stage. They can learn so much from each and every game.
Bad obstruction, wing. Bad
And also put out
contact,
their
centre.
top skills that they've been developing over the
Show
years
it.
and show it to the world.
Well, it is a team of experience and youth.
Bad is
Samoa.
contact, centre.
There's a
Contact
holdout
offensively.
in this one. They say their vision's to be the
goalkeeper.
leading sport in Samoa, empowering communities through netball. That's what they want to do, and they're on potentially the verge of their 4th World Cup win and a 13th place finish.
And that's what's so great about this, when young girls that are up and coming can see their heroes on this court doing so well,
obstruction.
representing their country. It's that old saying, isn't it? If you can
Bad
see it, you
contact, wing
believe it.
attack.
And so it's great that Samoa are putting
Contact,
such
keeper.
emphasis into
We
their
are
teams, and
shooter.
hopefully the resource will follow to make them even greater.
So Salanoa had a quick look up at the screen in that goal shooter position. Celebrated her 20th birthday since she's been here in Liverpool. One of those youngsters that Pamela
Contact
Cook is
centre.
talking about. Another fall and a hit.
Outside.
That's nice, nice little rebound back up by Tallbow in the centre position for Fiji. Just sense, Pamela, there was a moment a few minutes ago that Fiji had an opportunity to pull this one back, and now it's slipping away from them again as Samoa lead by, I was going to say 9, but one's popped in by Fiji.
Yeah. No, definitely agree with you there. They just needed that one to land that went through the hands of Panapasa on that long ball, and then that would have kicked them into gear again. But every time that's a turnover, that's extra work. The defensive pressure now needs to go on to try and win the ball back again.
So 5 minutes is hit. The clock strikes 5 minutes to go
Bad offside
in this
obstruction,
final
wing.
match
Obstruction goal defence.
in this World Cup for these two
taken.
sides. As Pam said, it's not the high-scoring
Both players.
match, one of the lowest scores that Samoa have put up on the board. But such as those statistics that you were talking about, that's the reason why.
Yeah, definitely. They're just not getting the ball into the circle as much as they could because of the defensive pressure, and that's from both teams, I think. But Samoa have been the ones that have been just that bit better tonight. And another mistake, footwork called. Course scores 9 currently to Samoa, 7 to Fiji in this last quarter.
Contact, wing. Contact goalkeeper.
Solano has been so key in that Samoan shooting end. Tao took that shot, 15 from 18, but Solano's still sitting on 100%.
Bad distraction wing.
Can she keep that record going? Oh, jinxed it. First miss of the game. Sorry.
Was that little grimace there from Salanoa because she knew you're a shooter? Was she on? Did she know she was on 100%? She's now scratched that stat because it's gone with that one miss.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. You could tell it was oh man.
Samoa.
See the little wince of frustration as the 3 digits go
Bad
to 2.
distraction wing.
49-39, coming up to 3 minutes to go.
Oh, lovely reverse hand. Kahatoka, fabulous defensive work.
Set a third.
But again, this Fiji attack just can't string these passes together to
third.
get it in. Valuni is still
Hold time.
hobbling from that
Samoa
injury,
centre.
but not taking herself or calling for time. So much is she invested in this team, but is it as a detriment to the Fijian team?
Well, here's that interesting move. I thought she'd come back on, you know, Pam. She
Bad
took
distraction,
Williams off in the
Zita.
centre position for Samoa. Then Francis Salea went straight over,
Bad
had a
outside.
chit-chat with her, and you just got a feeling she was giving her opinion, giving her advice and guidance, and now she's back on for the final 2.5 minutes.
Yeah,
Contact
and
with
that's
the
key.
fence.
Sometimes as a player, when you're just not learning stuff on the court,
Don't
you just
shoot
need
or
to take 2
obstruct.
minutes on the bench,
You're
get a
holding.
little word from your coach, see what's going out on the pitch, on the court, and then get back in again.
Bad distraction, go attack.
So playing this one out, Samoa 10 up, 39 for Fiji, 49 for Samoa.
Contact. Bad obstruction, wing. Contact, goal defence.
Under 2 minutes remaining. 13th place is going to go to Samoa. 14th place in this World Cup is going to go to Fiji. And the Samoan side are going to end on a high.
Lovely defensive work. She just comes off the bench, doesn't she? And then she gets that intercept, as we saw in that replay.
Fast goal. Samoa.
That was nice from Panapasa. She had a little passage of just getting the ball and scoring that was pulling her side back, and then she's just been quiet. And now she's just popped another one in. And it's still the 10-goal difference between these two sides. It's not going to be that 1-goal thriller that we had earlier in the week.
Contact and obstruction. Wing attack.
Both sides starting to run on empty
Obstruction.
after the relentless schedule of this Netball World Cup. The Samoan fans are happy.
Yeah, they'll be really happy to be able to finish their tournament with this win. As we said at the start, both disappointed to be playing off the 13th and 14th.
Samoa.
But every game you step out onto the court, you need to put out your best performance. And Samoa have done this morning in this playoff game for positions.
That's it, both sides are down on their position 4 years ago. When the World Cup was in Sydney, Australia, but with 20 seconds to go, nice take again by Lydia Panapasa. She sinks another one for her side. And it's going to be Samoa that end their World Cup with a victory. Another one under the 10-foot post, a little high five and smile.
Yeah, they know they've got this game.
And the buzzer goes and the lights come up. And Samoa will finish the Netball World Cup in 13th position. Fiji will finish in 14th. 53-42. A win for Francis Salea and her side on their final match here in Liverpool. Both sides do the usual congratulations as their campaign here in the northwest of England ends. And Samoa take the victory once again over Fiji.
Yeah, really good work there from Samoa. Just riding out that wave in the fifth third, where Fiji came back at them. 13-15 was the scoreline. But I loved Salona, a goal shooter, 23 out of 24, just missing that last one. in those last final minutes to get 96%, but a good team effort to capitalise on the intercepts and the turnovers that they took from this Fiji team.
So another victory in the Netball World Cup bank for Samoa over Fiji. They win it by 9. A real team effort from obviously all the squads here at the Netball World Cup. But hugs all round from the Samoan team, and they do their own private little huddle as well, as will Fiji, with head coach Vicky Wilson. High fives on their bench. They did get that win against Sri Lanka. They did get that win against Singapore. But Samoa end with 4 wins over Sri Lanka, Singapore, and 2 victories over Fiji. And it'll be very interesting to hear the thoughts of both the head coaches of Fiji and Samoa, Vicky Wilson and Francis Salea, to try and sum up their campaign here at the 2019 World Cup. And Francis Salea, the head coach of Samoa, is now with Hannah Wilkes.
Well, Francis, first quarter, tight, like last time these two sides met. Really ran away with it, though, in the second and third quarter to get the win and finish 13th. You must be pretty pleased.
Oh, yeah, I'm really happy with the way the girls performed. You know, we made a special mention that it's the last World Cup for a few of our older girls, so it was important that we put out a performance that everyone was really pleased with, and I think they did that.
It was a very physical, tough game out there. Is that what you expected coming into this?
Yeah, it's always like that against our Pacific teams, so, you know, no love lost on court, but obviously off the court everyone's very friendly.
How proud are you of how your team have performed here this week?
Yeah, I'm really proud, you know. We try to get as many camps as we can in the build-ups, and that it's not as, we don't get as much as what, you know, the better teams do, but, you know, I can't fault them for lack of effort. They tried their best, and I'm really happy for them.
Well, huge congratulations. I'm going to bring in your player of the match. Thank you so much, Francis. And Helen, fantastic performance there from the whole team. A tough game out there. What was it like on court?
We always knew that Fiji would bring their best out. The Battle of the Pacific is always a passionate one, but I'm really proud of the girls. We had a strict game plan, and I feel like we stuck to that, so I'm really proud of the girls.
Shows great character as well, holding Fiji to just 3 goals in that second quarter. Is that the kind of performance that you've been talking about and looking to achieve here?
Look, we've had a really tough road into it. First round was pretty tough on us. However, yeah, we've always believed in the skills, the work that we've done prior to this campaign. So it's really nice to finish on a high and showcase a little bit of what we have in our back pocket left for the final.
It has been fairly relentless, hasn't it? As a group, how much have you enjoyed playing here in Liverpool?
What was that, sorry?
I said, as a group, how much have you enjoyed playing here in Liverpool?
Oh, the atmosphere has been amazing. It's the first World Cup for many of our rookies here in the team, including myself. However, we've had some amazing captaincy and leadership in the likes of Jean Sorley and Brooke Williams, and some senior players like my sister Rachel Rasmussen too. And so it's been a real nice way to finish it off. A real great mix of girls representing Samoa and the nation of Samoa too. So it's been amazing.
Well played. We've enjoyed watching you. Thank you so much. I'll bring in Vicky Wilson, head coach for Fiji. Vicky, you started so well there. What happened?
Well, we certainly did start well, and that was probably our best start to any game. And I was feeling quite comfortable, but we had a disastrous second quarter, and it was the worst quarter that we've ever had in any of our games, even in all of our lead-ups. So we were searching for answers, and we had an opportunity in that fourth quarter. We brought it back to 4 points, and we had the ball on the circle edge, and unfortunately we got a call against us, and that was the chance blown. So you know, Samoa were just far too strong for us today.
We've spoken about it a lot this week. You do have a young team here. Do you think those errors today were partly down to youth and inexperience?
I think we just gassed out. It was one game too many. We just had nothing left in the tank. We couldn't cope with the speed and the variety and that change of angles. So hence why so many players were on the court.
Overall, what's your assessment of the last 8 days in Liverpool and what your team have learnt here?
My girls have learnt so much. I'm incredibly proud. They just have this thirst for learning, and so every time they went out there, they just kept trying, and at times they perhaps stood in admiration of their opponent. But today it was great to see 2 teams from the Oceania fighting it out.
It certainly was. Thanks very much, Vicky.